Hello, and welcome to this week's Let's Chat Once Upon a Time. My fun accessory for this week is Rumpelstiltskin's dagger. This is part of my Halloween costume, where I was, appropriately enough, the Dark Swan, but sadly they haven't made any Emma Swan dark daggers yet, so I had to use Rumpelstiltskin. So, hey, whatever works, right? So I'm going to be talking with my hands and waving this around a lot because I paid for it. I'm going to get more than one use out of it, damn it. So before we get started, here's my cursory warning of spoilers. Yes, there will be spoilers in this week's episode. If you do not want to listen, if you have not yet watched the episode, this is your warning. And so in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, if you're still with me, then either you don't care or you've already seen the episode. So let's get started. So this week was kind of a more Belle, Merida, Rumple focused episode. We got a little bit of the other characters kind of at the beginning and a little bit at the end, but for the most part, it was all Belle and Merida and Rumple, which is fine. I'm not a huge Rumpeller ship. That's not really my ship. My ship is all Captain Swan. But, you know, it was nice to see Merida a little bit more. We haven't, you know, we got to see, you know, a lot of the brave elements from the movie figured in with her brothers and the clans and, you know, the bear kind of all mashed up into one episode. It was really more about, you know, Merida finding her brothers, Merida saving her brothers in Enchanted Forest, Camelot area. And then in Storybrooke, it was more about, you know, Rumple finding the hero within to save us all. And the one thing I found extremely interesting wasn't that, you know, Rumple almost left town or, you know, Rumple was bitching about his leg because same old story. What I found interesting was that it's what, episode 5 and Excalibur's free. They went ahead and personally I thought they were going to save that for the 2-hour long episode. That's either, I think it's next week or the week before or the week after. The 2-hour episode, I thought they were going to save Excalibur for that one. But nope, Excalibur is free. Excalibur has been released from the stone. Sorry there. Is released by Rumple. Rumple became a hero and he released Excalibur. We also saw a little bit of Arthur being a dick, which is just kind of going to be I think that's the underlying story of this arc. They discovered they were going to use the Crimson Toad or Crimson whatever, the Mario, Super Mario's mushroom thing, to communicate with Merlin. They tried using Arthur, but Arthur instead threw it into the fire. They discovered this and finally kind of realized that, Arthur's been lying to us. So apparently Apprentice is dead. Regina kind of confirmed that one for us, or Hook. Someone confirmed that for us in this episode. Arthur's lying to them, and they were like, we're out of people that, you know, Arthur has chosen. And then Regina was like, no, maybe not. Technically, the author, that's really confusing between Arthur and author. Anyways, the author, or as Henry likes to call himself, a writer, was chosen by Merlin. So Henry to the rescue. So they brought Henry out of his sad, moping, my Darkwood mother betrayed me mood, and he used the Super Mario mushroom to communicate with Merlin. And as Regina so kindly put it, they got his voicemail. It was basically one of those, if you're seeing this now, we're in grave danger kind of episodes or messages. And they didn't really communicate it outside of, we did get a name. And it's Nimue or something like that. That's someone who they have to find in order to basically save themselves or figure out what Emma's up to. Speaking of the Dark One, so this wasn't in this week's episode. It actually was in the scene for next week's episode, kind of the, you know, next week. It mentions something about them needing the spark of man's first fire to forge the dagger and Excalibur back together. So it doesn't look like just because Emma's now got Excalibur, she has the Dark One's dagger, she has to somehow merge them together, and I don't think she has that fire unless she magically brought that fire with her. So hopefully we'll see more of that next week. outside of this, we got to see Merida turn into a bear. We did see a little bit of Zelena. You know, I'm kind of hoping that we're going to see more of Zelena either later on in this arc or next in the 5B arc. Rebecca Matter is a series regular this season. She's been bumped up in the leagues, but we haven't really seen her a lot. She's been in her little cell, but Emma kind of sprung her from the joint for a little bit to give her a nice little craving of onion rings and chit-chat, morally about how Emma wanted to strike a deal with her, offering her protection against Regina and whoever else wanted to harm her and her baby. And, you know, little Miss Wicked Witch was not having it. She's played with the Dark Ones before. She knows how that works, and so she was like, I'm good being alone, take me back to my cell type of situation. But it was just kind of nice to have a little free, a little bit of Zelena moment. Haven't seen Robin much in the last couple of episodes. You know, I know for sure, this is just from Adam and Eddie, that we will see Mulan and Ruby, aka Red, in the 2-hour-long episode coming up. So I'm hoping we kind of see a lot more of the characters in that episode, and I hope we get a lot more of the dark of Captain Swan, because I am a Captain Swan shipper, and will forever always just want episodes just all about them. We've seen a few spoilers. If you follow along on Tumblr, even you follow along the spoilers on Tumblr, we've seen a couple of the spoilers for what I'm assuming is the mid-season finale. We also did get the season title, or the episode title for the 100th episode, which is also known as the 5B season premiere, which is called Souls of the Departed, which is kind of going along with the quote-unquote hell theme that they kind of teased about at New York Comic Con, which we kind of all are assuming that someone's soul is going to hell. And based off of the casting that we've seen, it sounds like they're casting for a Hades character, a Hercules, and a Meg, which means that obviously that means that the Disney animated film Hercules is going to be coming to Once Upon a Time near you. I'm excited for that. Hercules wasn't my favorite cartoon. I did like a couple of the songs from it, but overall it wasn't my favorite. So I'm hoping that, you know, Adam and Eddie's spin will, you know, make me like it a little bit more. There are rumors that it's Killian's soul that's going to the underworld. They're not going to confirm that one for us until it airs. But there have been, you know, there's been some behind the scenes photos being leaked on Tumblr that show lots of creepy people in creepy robes and creepy masks wandering around Storybrooke right now. So that's going to be fun to see. I don't know if there's been anything else really to talk about in this episode. You know, this was an episode that somewhat drove the story a little bit forward, but didn't quite go there for me. Yeah, I think that's, yeah. So, also, if you want to see pictures of me as the Dark Swan for Halloween, I will post links down below. Also, feel free to follow me on Tumblr, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I'm Entertainista on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Snapchat. I'm the Entertainista on Tumblr. And I do have a secondary Tumblr account called you can go to nerdycurvy.com, which is kind of a secondary blog, and of course Entertainista.com has everything up there. I do tend to post a lot of the Once Upon a Time photo sets and maybe some other spoilers over on nerdycurvy.com. That link is also going to be down below. So until then, I will see you guys next week, and have a good week, everybody. Bye!